What's up, guys? It's DJ. Welcome to Gamma Bro Hulk Reviews. Now for your Gamma Dose of the Jade Giant. Today's featured Hulk item is from FUNKO. This is their Movie Moments series from the first 10 years line. This is Hulk smashing Loki from the original 2012 Avengers movie, and the review is coming up next. Thanks for joining me today, guys. So this FUNKO diorama is based off Avengers 2012. Avengers 2012 is my personal favorite rendition of the Mark Ruffalo Hulk. I think Joss Whedon did an excellent job directing the movie. I thought his interpretation of developing all the Avengers, putting his little spin on them, and his interpretation of a Savage Hulk was done really well. He portrayed the monster. He had the rage, Banner being in control of Hulk, supposedly, and the end scene when Hulk finally appears is obviously my favorite moment in the entire movie. To have the end that we had with Hulk taking out the main villain of the movie, Loki, in which he is absolutely demolishing Loki, bashing him back and forth, slamming him. That is a memory I'll never forget. It was super exciting to see it in the movie theater, and I love that scene to death. One of my favorites Hulk moments in all of live action for Hulk. And I think FUNKO did a pretty damn good job on portraying, that specific scene. And I think this is when FUNKO started to really come into their own with their vinyl figures and making really creative dioramas and movie moments and scenes. And I think they did an excellent job. So with this particular figure, you have Hulk, which is a 6-inch scale figure, and then you have Loki, which is the traditional 3.5-inch pop size. So having that blend together does a really good, accurate scale between the two characters. And FUNKO, I think, nailed it with this one. It's definitely one of the better Hulk pops, and I'm happy to have it in the collection. Here's a detailed review. So this particular set is a Walgreens exclusive. I haven't really been following Walgreens exclusive content and merch lately. It's been a few years, but there was a period in time, maybe like 2012 to like 2020, like an 8-year, maybe 10-year gap where Walgreens was coming out with just really good exclusive content, mini-mates, pops, Marvel Legends, and I think they picked a good one to have an exclusive with this particular pop. I think it's really, really cool. So this is number 362. Title is Hulk Smashing Loki. So this is the first 10 years marketing of Marvel Studios with the movie moments. It's a really nice window box. What I like about these particular boxes compared to the traditional pops is they give an open window here to let light in, so you can really get the full detail of the figure, so you don't actually have to open something like this. I think in all angles, they give you a lot of different viewing options and angles, and I think the box is actually really, really well done. So we have just bits and pieces of comics and movies, and this looks like the art renderings of some of the scenes that they potentially wanted to do in the movies. Here's the original Avengers logo. Here's the reenactment of the background of Stark Tower where Hulk was smashing Loki. Nice simple box. Here's what the underneath of the box looks like. Here's all FUNKO's socials. There is no date of when this particular one came out, so I'm not actually sure. If I had to take a guess, I don't really remember when Marvel's 10 years, so it had to have been probably around 2018, 2019, because I believe Iron Man came out in 2008. So it was about 2018, I would guess, for the Marvel 10 years. So now we will jump into sculpt. So here we'll start with the base. It's a traditional, I guess, cement base. It probably should be marble, because I imagine Tony Stark's floor is probably marble. But they just made it gray. Here's what Loki looks like. Just absolutely getting pummeled into the ground. You can see rocks breaking and cracking and forming of him getting smashed against it. You can see Hulk grabbing Loki's leg and showing the impact and the ripples through the ground there. I think Hulk looks fantastic. I love the expression on his face, showing the rage, and I also like Loki's expression. You can tell he's in pain just with how his eyebrows are shaped. And they did a pretty good job on the detailing on Loki's outfit as well. Hulk is in his traditional ripped pants, which I love. I wasn't really a fan of when they went into the more Avengers spandex outfit. I like Hulk with his traditional ripped pants overall. But as for sculpt, I think it's good. I think it's very simplistic detail. You can see a little bit of the ab work, the chest. Funko's not really known for crazy definition in their body sculpt, so you can see a little bit of the muscle structure in the calves and the back. But overall, I think it definitely hammers home the points of, the scene, and I think they did an excellent job with that. So for sculpt, I think this is one of the better ones. With the combination of the two of them together, I would give this an A. I think it's very good. I think it's one of the better Funko Pops, and it's very sought after, and I think they did an excellent job. So for paint, I think Funko does a very good job with paint. Very few times have I had any type of paint slop. I think over the years they've mastered it, and they just do an excellent job. So this is very simplistic paint for these type of figures, these vinyl figures. But I still think it's very well done. So they definitely hit what Loki's outfit looks like. A very simplified version. The paint is within the lines. Everything looks good. There's no smudging on the hair. Traditional, like dark brown, black hair for Loki. I think Hulk looks great. It's kind of hard to mess up Hulk. He's basically one solid green color. Then he has his darker gray pants that he wore at the end of the movie when he fell from the sky and landed on the ground. He had his pants changed there. He took them from that guy that he found. But overall, I think it's very well done and simple. So I will give it a A-. I think if Funko wanted to, they could put more effort and really bring out detailing with some decals to really bring out the muscles, maybe a little bit of shading, but Funko likes to keep it simple, and I don't blame them. So I'm not really going to fault them. I think it could be better, but for what they did, I think it's done really well, and they'll get an A-. So for quality, I think the quality is very, very good overall. Funkos, rarely break. These bigger boxes are a little bit thicker cardboard, so they don't bend as easily as the smaller ones. This one seems to be in pretty good condition. I've had it since it first came out. The window is really, really nice, and I think they just did a pretty good job overall in regards to quality for these figures. So Funko will get an A for quality. I think when it comes to vinyl and their production rates, and I think it's really, really well done. And I like the stability of having this giant base overall. I think that's really well done. And in or out of the box, I think you just put this on the shelf and you'll have no problems with any type of damage whatsoever. Now I will jump into the wow factor. So I definitely think this has a wow factor. I think it really showcases what the end of the movie was like, and the end scene with Hulk smashing Loki. I think they did an excellent job. I love the cape billowing behind him and flying up behind him there. I think that is excellent. It really shows the impact. The scene is portrayed extremely well. I think I would prefer this in the box, so I think the wow factor is even higher in the box. I think the presentation is extremely well done. It's clean, and the main showcase is obviously the pop itself. Again, I love the window and the execution with all the windows wrapping around. It's just really well done, highlights the figure. And when you put it on the shelf, it definitely does stand out for pops. And this is really, really well done. So it definitely does have the wow factor, and I think the wow factor with in-box will be an A. I think the wow factor out of box won't be as good. It'll be a little bit less. Not much less, but just a little. I'd probably give it an A-. I still think it's excellent overall, and out of box or in box, you're definitely going to have a pop that stands out in your collection for sure. There's no articulation with pops. Marvel is licensed to make these bobbleheads, so there are springs inside of these and the heads do bobble. So Marvel has to have bobbleheads with all of their figures. Just overall, I think this is just a very, very fun figure, my favorite scene for Hulk in any of the newer Avengers movies with Mark Ruffalo. And I think Funko hit this out of the park. I think it's a really, really cool piece overall. So overall, I will give this particular Funko diorama an A. I think it's deserving. I think it's one of the better Hulk ones that they've come out with. Definitely my favorite in regards to the Avengers movies. With this particular scene, I think it's done extremely well, and I highly recommend it. So in regards to pricing, I haven't really been following Funko. Funko used to be extremely, extremely popular. You could find tons and tons of these in all stores, and people would, be in huge lines to try to get these figures, and the prices would be astronomical on the online sites. There has definitely been a fall in Funko in regards to popularity, oversaturation of items, and just burnout from just constantly being jammed down everybody's throat with all these different series and characters. But as a Hulk fan, I love the Hulks. I think they're very, very cool. I love the heft. This particular one's probably one of the heavier ones since it's diorama. The base is pretty heavy, so it's probably about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. It's actually pretty heavy, which is really cool for a pop. In regards to actual pricing online, I mean, it fluctuates like crazy. This is one of the more popular Hulks, so you're probably looking at about $50 to $75. I haven't really followed the pricing on Funkos just because they change so drastically all the damn time. But you're looking at, I would say probably $50 to $100. If you can find it cheaper, that's awesome. That's a hell of a steal for as good of a pop as this is. And I would recommend it in the box just because I think the presentation looks a little bit better, but out of box is still amazing and it will look great on your shelf. But overall, very, very fun figure. A definite thumbs up for me. It definitely gets an A. I recommend it if you're a Hulk fan. So please Hulk smash the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And I thank you guys for watching. So I'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Peace.
Peace.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.